The 501st Legion, a group of costumers wearing Stormtrooper armor, are a great fan group, and we've talked about them before, but we have another reason why. Let's zoom back to a couple years ago when Carrie Goldman was blogging about her daughter, Katie Goldman, a young girl, getting bullied because she liked Star Wars, a fandom that was meant for boys. Well, the 501st entered. Of course, you know, they may have been bullied in the past too, and with big hearts for young Katie, and they made her a specially put together children's Stormtrooper costume. She was a little short, but yeah, I'm sorry I did that.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, and it was a beautiful show of solidarity, and that the bad guys are good guys in this case, at least. Alan, you know a lot about this story and the people involved.
Yeah, well, like so many, I was just so touched and saddened, and then just the whole story was just this example of how awful bullying can be and how warped we still are in terms of gender bias and what's allowed for each. You know, who cares if a kid, whatever gender they are, likes Star Wars? Like, let them like what they like, and. But it was also this validating experience for everyone, I think, because you saw all the love that came to calling her Star Wars Katie, and just how much it meant. And her mother, Carrie, speaks on panels now at different conventions. A couple of them I've had friends on, where she speaks about bullying and geeky parenting, and she's also talked about, you know, whatever your kid is into, whatever stories they're adopting as their own, encourage that, because you don't know what they're getting out of it. She asked her daughter, "What did you like about Luke and Leia?" And little Katie answered, "Because they're adopted like me." Right? That's the beauty of these stories.
It's beautiful. And Katie became sort of a symbol of anti-bullying and geek pride. Let's take a look at some of the pictures of her, just, you know, so we could all cry. So here she is.
Katie and her mom.
Is that her mom? I don't think that's her mother.
No, Katie and another Stormtrooper.
So let's talk more, Alan, about this as we go through the pictures.
It's one of the, I mean, the Stormtrooper is so iconic of Star Wars. For whatever reason, even though they were these people who couldn't shoot straight, fans of it. Fans have adopted them as this iconic thing, and you're constantly seeing Stormtroopers at conventions. They don't even necessarily know each other. They just all dressed as Stormtroopers, and the 501st is really emblematic of this love, of how you can take one element and sort of make that the everyman Star Wars fan, the every person Star Wars fan experience.
And the uniform is the same whether you're male or female.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the 501st, or 501st rather, and it's just, you know, it'll look. Maybe the Stormtrooper, despite being a poor shot, is a symbol of unity in a way.
It weirdly is, and it's wonderful also that when they made this armor, they made it to the exact specifications. I mean, again, that's the geeky love that goes into this stuff.
That is a strange point of the story for me, is that they have to measure the circumference of her palm without the thumb, and the forearm with bent wrist to the elbow, and the circumference of the thigh just about the kneecap, just like all for her for this costume.
Yeah.
But then she pays it forward and gives that costume on to another little girl.
We were talking about this happened 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, Katie, you know, she's growing up, but she also has, her heart is growing too. She passed on the costume on Monday, well, it was reported Monday, to Allison, an 11-year-old who was taunted, ostracized, bullied, even physically bullied for having a Spider-Man lunchbox, which really. So she's showing that she's completing the circle of love.
Hopefully Allison likes Star Wars too.
I hope so.
Otherwise it's a very confusing gift.
I think she might. It's funny that Stormtroopers, as we were saying, have become the symbol, despite what they mean canonically.
Yeah, I mean, they're the soldiers of this tyrannical empire, and I just find it really interesting that we've adopted them as the thing all fans dig. I mean, it is a cool costume, don't get me wrong, but it so symbolizes this sort of fascist regime, and that's the unpredictability of any kind of fictional thing, though. We never know what people are going to latch onto, what lines they're going to adopt as that's the best Sherlock line, or what costume they're going to say like that's emblematic of Star Wars. It's really fun.
Let's take a look at some more Stormtrooper costumes to show that they have hearts. Yeah.
All ceremonies should have a Jawa. I'm just going to say that right now. Whatever real function you're having, a Jawa should be present.
Just one.
Right, you don't want them to be in groups.
See, look, they do have hearts. They care for the little ones. Okay, that's a Lego and an action figure, but
no, it's adorable.
It's adorable.
I actually want a series of these two.
Oh, there is a series of these two.
The flower's bigger than him.
Oh, little Stormtrooper. Right in the heart.
See, and when things are tinier, they're automatically cuter.
Yeah, well, Katie and Allison are pretty cute in their costumes too, and we want to encourage them and all younglings who feel a love and a passion for. It doesn't have to be Star Wars. It could be Star Wars, but I just love that the 501st is reaching out in this way and helping the kids, and the kids are responding to each other. Oh, fandom, good. It's so good.
It is.
All right, well, let us know what you think below about the bullying, the sharing of costumes, the 501st. Let us know all of that below in the comments. Please subscribe and please check out our Facebook page.